But so, what is it about books in particular that had you kind of narrow out or read out every other type of lead magnet?
Well, I just find, and I'm sure you can attest to this, potentially listening to audiobooks and things like that. It's just the best long tail piece of content for me. I think books and podcasts just create the best types of audience for you and your business. People who listen to your podcast are likely going to be big fans of yours. People who read a good book and read multiple of good books from a specific author typically become fans of that author. You know, the Tim Ferrisses, the Russell Brunsons, the Robert Kiyosaki's, the Mike Michalowicz's, all of those kind of people, they usually create very big fan bases based on their books. And then those people usually go on to want to work with that person's company in some capacity. And so for me, books are just the ultimate authority building asset that you can have, in my opinion. And they also just create the best type of leads and customers for your business, in my opinion. And so that's really truly the reason why I've focused here.
Yeah, I can understand all sorts of reasons why books are superior, but and like you were saying, I don't think you get a whole lot of raving fans from a checklist. So, but yeah, if you are an expert in a particular field and you write a good book about that, at least helping explain a certain topic or the introduction to a broader topic, that becomes word of mouth. People gift those kind of books to other people, right? And I'm constantly reading social media posts about, hey, I'm about to, I need another book. I need recommendations. And people just, brain dump all of their best, favorite books, especially when you're specific about a topic. So it makes perfect sense. That would be, what you would start with. Do you have, when it comes to books, do you rely on, say, Amazon and Amazon ads? Does it matter? Is that what is that? Next step, that particular platform come into play?
Yeah, we primarily do two platforms for advertising: the Meta platform, which is Facebook and Instagram, and Amazon, and they both serve different purposes. So with Amazon, people obviously buy books on Amazon. That's like probably the number one place in the world where people get books consistently, I would say. Obviously, each country has its own other options and whatnot, but Amazon is a pretty reliable source for book purchases. Um, and Amazon's fantastic because we can sell a good amount of books for a pretty low cost, in comparison to running people through a sales funnel and selling on Facebook. The downsides is that we don't get any contact information. When someone buys our book on Amazon, we don't know about it. We just say, we just get a royalty. We just get a notification from Amazon. Someone's bought your book, So it's very hard for us to do anything with that person. They have to proactively reach out to us. So, and the way that we make sure that that is accomplished is inside the book, you would have, a resource link or something where someone can go to your website or your funnel, and they can actually go ahead and give their name and email in exchange for downloading the resources that go along with your book. And you can also have other offers to work further with you at the end of the book as well. Like a wrap up. If you enjoyed this book, and you want more help with XYZ process, then you can reach out to me here and work with us further on that. And so you can have offers at the back of the book as well to help with people understanding next steps and working with you further. But ultimately, that's up to them to take action on. So you're really putting the ball in their court. And I would just, as a marketer and as someone who wants to be as effective as possible, I would just rather it's in our court. So the other types of ads that we run is Facebook and Instagram ads. And we specifically run those ads to our own funnel where we sell the book on our own terms, and we give the book away for free on our own terms. And so as soon as someone buys the book or gets the book for free, we're getting their contact information right away. And then we can give them other offers right away. And we can control what each page that they go through is after they buy or get the book for free, is right away. So, we can put an offer for a strategy session on the thank you page of them getting the book, which can right away start the process for next steps on working with us without them having to read the whole book, to wait and reach out to us, and essentially just allowing the ball to be back in our court. And then the ultimate benefit is that we now have that person on our email list, and we can follow up with them and nurture them and ascend them and all the things. We can really take them through a customer journey to get them to where we want them to be.
So once you've really got this customer journey dialed in, you've got the funnel set up, do you offer ongoing services after that, or is it more of a do-it-for-yourself type of thing for the business owner after that?
Yeah, at the moment, Aaron, all of our services are done for you. So we set up the funnels, we set up the emails and the ads, and we manage the ads. Through managing ads, there's a lot of things that happen every single day. Budget allocations, testing new ads, creatives, which is the images and the videos that go with the ads, split testing copywriting for the ads, the headlines. And then, on the funnel side, there's consistent conversion rate optimization that has to be done, testing new headlines, testing different offers, and so on. And so there's a lot of ongoing work that happens when you're actually actively running ads. And so that's what we handle as an agency. We are looking at new ways to offer our templates and strategies and advice and feedback on a done with you basis. There's nothing that's been properly launched just yet, but that is essentially, the next step for us is how do we take what we're doing with our done for you clients and help people with the same strategies on a done with you basis.
What sort of analytics are you looking at? Is it how many books give away versus how many online courses are finally purchased? How does it work to know when you're really dialed in?
Yeah, it's definitely, of the people who get the book, how many people convert to clients or customers on the back end. That's the number one metric to determine success. And then obviously comparing the total revenue of the book funnel and the back end sales to what was actually spent, right, to acquire those the book buyers in the first place. So if we had 100 books sold in the space of a month, that might cost us $30 per book to sell, and so that's $3,000. If we sell just one back-end offer at $10,000, then you can clearly see that that's a $7,000 split. And so in that example, that obviously gives us a 2.5 return on ad spend in the campaign. And so that's a success in my opinion. But if our clients have really good sales processes and can follow up with leads really effectively, then we can see that 1% turn to 2% to 5% to 10% and even up to 15% sometimes. And so now that same 100 people that buy the book, we might have 15 people who buy a $10,000 offer. And so that $3,000 gets us $3,000 in ad spend, gets us $150,000 in revenue. And so you can start to see how it can compound if the person who has the book has really dialed in processes around actually nurturing and converting their leads into their offers.
Is there a particular return on ad spend that you're like a minimum you're hoping to gain, or is it a cumulative effect? Like you said, at first you're not going to see as much, but over time you want to see a particular percentage of growth. How's that? I mean, 2.5 for times return on ad spend doesn't sound great, but is that in fact pretty good?
You know, I think it differs for every client. You know, some people are happy with anything above a 1 times ROAS. You know, for it just depends on if there's different levels for people to buy at. So if the lowest level for someone to buy at gets us a 1 times ROAS, you know, we're breaking even on ad spend, and there's opportunity for them to sell more things over time to that same person, then you know a lot of savvy business owners are comfortable with that kind of campaign. They'll run that campaign all day because all of the costs are covered. We're basically getting free customers, free leads for the business, if that makes sense. And then, you know, the people who have obviously the higher end programs, the 10,000s, the 20,000s, the 30,000s, and that's kind of like the big tier for them. You know, we'd obviously want to see a much higher return on ad spend, but it's hard to give you an exact number. It definitely just differs between each client. And, you know, that's obviously a part of the overarching, hey, what is the outcome that you want to achieve by working with Smart Author Media, and what's the goals that, you know, we want to achieve together? And we'll determine what that looks like essentially with each person.